I quit. It's over. Had it with this. I found an article that says 6 signs it's time to call it quits in a blended family. 60 to 70% of marriages that have a blended dynamic fail.
In dating, it's called red flags. I don't know what it's called after you get married.
Signs of jealousy, signs of abuse. You aren't working as a team. Communication has broken down.
Which one are you?
I quit. It's over. Had it with this blended bonus.
Boy, you better read that card and talk about it. We better talk through it.
You didn't take me seriously?
No,
Why?
because you said in the last episode, this is still dead to us part. And I ain't going nowhere, you ain't going nowhere, so you can't quit.
Okay.
Rehire.
All right. Well, all right. Excuse me. You got me together. Fix me. Welcome.
Welcome,
To
guys.
my Dope Blend podcast.
Another episode.
We are already in it.
Yeah, we are.
Because I'm excited. She's going to give me the opportunity again to kind of drive the ship today.
Yes.
You shared, I want to say it was maybe a few episodes ago about some statistics.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the statistics that really stood out was that, and this was from 2021, so it's probably larger than this now, but 60 to 70% of marriages that have a blended dynamic fail.
Yep.
And I think we should get into that today, because I found an article that says 6 signs it's time to call it quits in a blended family.
Again? Like after you didn't.
Well, it just says in a blended. So I guess it would be after another situation, because that's how you blend it. You bringing some children into the mix.
Times the charm.
So,
okay, let's go.
Y'all ready to get into it?
Yes, let's talk about it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So, first of all, make sure that you, if this is something, a conversation that you think could be helpful to anybody, make sure that you like, subscribe, make sure that you get into these comments so that we can keep up with you and be a part of the conversation. We want to make sure that we're sharing together. Mm-hmm. Share it with somebody who you think this could help. But I know oftentimes we talk about stick-to-itiveness and staying with it, working it out. And I still believe that.
Yeah.
But I thought that this article was interesting because it actually gives signs when it's time to call it quits in a blended family, when it's time to shut it down, when it's time to end it and let it go. And so I thought that it would be good for us to dig into it, because we oftentimes press the press. We press the need to push and fight through and
to make
communicate
it work.
to make it work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are there times when you shouldn't?
Yeah.
This article talks about times when you shouldn't, and as I kind of got into it, I would agree, because a lot of these issues are pretty deep.
What does it say?
The first reason it says your partner is exhibiting signs of jealousy. Your partner is exhibiting signs of jealousy.
That's real.
That's real.
Like, seriously. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, because, we shared the stories of how there were times along the way that I would have to choose the girls, or we would have to adjust our plans because, something came up with the girls. And you never showed signs of jealousy when I would choose the girls, right? But I do believe that there are probably some bonus wives, bonus husbands that may very well be jealous of the relationship between the bio and the bio children.
Yeah. Now, I've never been jealous, but I have done So when the girls come in town, y'all have to see, and they come stay with
Here we
us.
go.
He acts so silly. And I mean, they be cackling and cracking jokes like he hadn't seen him in 20 years. You have to like, I would just be like, you wasn't acting like that yesterday, but you acting like that all giddy and.
So you jealous?
I be looking at them like. Now what, he wasn't even doing none of that with me yesterday, but now they here.
I keep telling you, poke your lips out like that, you're gonna get stuck.
But look, now they here today, and he is just in la la land. I could see that. I could see that, but no, I haven't been jealous in other situations.
And maybe that's a sweet jealousy, because you know that my girls are like, they pull at my heartstrings, so I get excited when they come around. That's true. But I would dare to believe that there are some negative and unhealthy
you're right.
times that significant other may show signs of jealousy. Like, for example, it says your partner shifting the attention toward themselves in a big or dramatic way when the kids are prioritized.
Yeah.
Like, you trying to make it about them kids, what about me? They turn into Effie White.
No, that...
not wanting to discuss kid-related logistics and redirecting the conversation back toward themselves. So again, it's just all about me.
That's dangerous too. I mean, you see it in the news, but go ahead.
Do. Complaining that you give the kids more attention than you do them. That's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
And so that could be a reason. How about we redirect this and not necessarily call it signs that you need to call it quits, but maybe we should say that these are reasons why a lot of people call it quits.
Yeah.
We can kind of define some of those statistics of why 60 to 70% of blended families don't last.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, jealousy can turn into
something bigger,
something bigger,
worse,
and something worse.
Something dangerous.
Something very dangerous. And unfortunately, we've seen that in the news. You've read about, a blended situation where, I hate to say this, but a bonus parent has harmed the child, or they were left in the care of the bonus parent, and then something tragically happened.
That takes us to point two, being that there are signs of abuse.
There's signs,
Yeah.
This is real.
Abuse. Yeah. Listen to this: gaslighting you and or the kids, or otherwise known as crazy making. You make them crazy on purpose. You drive them crazy.
Let me ask you this though. In those signs, because in dating, it's called red flags. Right. I don't know what it's called after you get married. I mean, call it whatever you want to call it,
It's called, never mind. I'm not even going to say what I was getting ready to say.
Billboards.
Go ahead.
Red billboards, but no. And at what point do you put, because when I read these articles and when I see this stuff in the news and stuff like that, it really breaks my heart. But then I take it a step further, and I'm like, did the bio parent not see this? Like, did they just ignore the signs? Like, it didn't just happen because you went to work and she watching the child, and now the child is unfortunately deceased or something bad has happened. Yeah. That's a buildup. Yeah. That's a buildup that's been happening, and then you ignored it, you swept it under the rug, or then when you read stuff when it's both the parents, both the bio parent and the bonus parent who's harmed the child. Like, are you kidding me?
Well, that's what it says: physical abuse, hitting, kicking, pinching, scratching, etc. Now,
that ain't gonna happen.
Pinching though, I mean, a little pinching. Ain't nobody, but y'all know. But
no,
this is an unhealthy pinch.
Yeah.
This is one of them pinches where they leave marks.
When you say unhealthy and when you know not to blame, is it just the parents and the children, or the children to the parents? Because there are times where bonus children have harmed their bonus parent.
That's a great point.
Bonus parent.
I didn't think about it that way, but I'm sure it's both ways. I'm sure it's either way.
Yeah.
Whether there's abuse from the child toward the bonus parent, or vice versa.
Yeah.
No comment. Ain't no child gonna hit me. But emotional abuse and manipulation, threatening to harm, belittling, terrorizing, isolating you and the kids from others. You know, so those are, they're saying that that's another sign of according to this, when it's time to call it quits. But as I said, I'm redirecting it to say that these are more than likely signs of why lots of blended families don't work and call it quits. Number 3, you aren't working as a team. That's
you're exhausted. You've exhausted every possible optional way, or to.
I don't think that you can blend a family without working as a team.
No, you can't.
You can't.
Agree.
You have to work as a team, and every teammate has to do their part.
Absolutely, you can't win.
They have to do their
can't
part.
Win.
Yeah, it can't. There's no I in team. It can't be one person
without it
doing more than everybody else, and then there's one that's not doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they're saying that you aren't working as a team. If you and your partner are unable to work together as a team, and one or both of you aren't willing to make an effort to change this significantly, you will likely experience many relational and familial problems. This can result in a chaotic and unhealthy home environment for you both and your children. Examples of not working together as a team: assuming you know what role or roles your partner wants in terms of home life, romantic life, and as a parent. Assumption. You can be not working as a team only because you're assuming. You're assuming what the other person needs.
What they say, when you assume, you make a what out of yourself?
Blaming each other and not problem solving together when issues arise. You blame each other, so it's your fault. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The things that are going wrong in the house, the reason why the family is not vibrant, the reason why we're not able to blend like we should, it's your fault. You always, you know what I'm saying? You always doing this. You always doing that. You always riding them. You always, you're always so hard on them. You always, you never got time for them. You always,
We've seen this.
We have.
We've seen this.
We have. Refusing to discuss recurring familial or relational issues when you avoid. You cannot avoid.
All that does, when you avoid things or you don't address things head on, all that does is fester.
Well, you can't fix what you won't face.
Yeah, you can't fix what you won't face. Ooh.
And I know that we talked about in a previous episode when the question was, why did I get a divorce? And I shared that sometimes I chose, it got to a place, you said in your book, got to a place where I chose silence. Silence was easier for me. Silence was, it's one thing when you have tried to communicate and you feel like you're not getting anywhere, which even still you should communicate. You just may need to bring in a therapist, or you may need to seek outside help. It's another thing when you just avoid, when you just don't communicate at all. You just sweep everything under the rug. You act like it's not happening. You pretend like things are better than what they are. Not making a solid plan when it comes to co-parenting and blaming each other when issues arise. So still, we back to the blame game. Not taking a unified front as parents and undermining each other.
Ooh, that undermining.
Especially in a blended situation. Because a lot of times these kids are the children. Let me say it that way. The children are smart.
Oh, they know because then they'll put you against each other. They'll add to it. So, and even when you're not in blended, you and I talk about that. We have to be a united front, even when we don't agree. We agree to disagree. Especially in front of them kids. It's the boy. Listen.
Sometimes in a blended dynamic, the bonus parent, I can't even just say the bonus parent, because it could be the bonus parent. Sometimes it could be the bio parent that overcompensates.
Agreed.
Or maybe I should say it this way: the bio parent often overcompensates. The bonus parent often overdoes it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
And honestly, sense? Yeah, and I don't know. Do you feel like does it matter with the gender? Do you feel like most women overcompensate when they are in a broken marriage or just single parenting because of the lack thereof there, or do you think men may? I think it may be the moms.
Well, I'll say it this way. I think moms often, not all, because I don't like to make sweeping statements. I think moms often overcompensate. I think dads often operate out of guilt.
Ooh.
Which is two different things.
So to our viewers, I want you to think about what he says. Moms often overcompensate, dads operate out of guilt. Which one are you? How are you functioning right now? Are you overcompensating, or are you functioning out of pure guilt when it comes to your situation? Because either one of them is not good.
It's not healthy.
It's not healthy for them or for you.
And that's either gender, because you could be the mom that
and you're
operates out of guilt. You could be the dad that overcompensates.
Right. Especially, I think, especially when you, in your situation, you ask for the divorce, but when sometimes it's the woman that asks. Sometimes, what caused the divorce? For you, you guys were young and all those things. What happens when infidelity causes the divorce and things like that? And I mean, what happens when, we never talked about this, what happens when a loss of a child causes a divorce? And in that, there's other children, and the children not only have to deal with the grief of losing a sibling, they also have to deal with the grief of losing their parents. Then on top of losing their parents, because of the grief with their other sibling, they lose their parents in a marriage.
Wow.
They're layers on top of layers. Then they're forced to, when one parent falls in love, it gets deeper. Then they're forced to deal with that. What if that parent has a new baby after the loss of that other baby? It's
a lot.
It's a lot, and it's never ending. And you have to look at it from every situation. What happens when there's so many layers to think about how a family can break up when it comes to children and the outcome of it. But you can't. This is wow. I never thought about this.
Okay, listen to this one.
Okay.
Number 4, communication has broken down.
Absolutely.
That's
key.
I feel like that's marriage.
Absolutely.
Whether it's blended or not. You know what I'm saying? When a communication breaks down,
that's it. That's like
everything else follows.
Everything else follows.
Examples of communication breaking down within a blended family include your partner expects you to parent your kids and theirs without their help or opinion.
A lot of people feel that way.
You're leaving these kids to me to raise. You out, and it could be work, it could be, hobbies, things of that sort. But either way, that one is a good one for us, because no, I didn't feel like it was a situation where it would break our marriage, but there were moments that I felt like, oh my God, I went from no kids to I'm dealing with 4 kids, and you going to the studio, or you traveling, and I got all 4 of these kids. I got all 4 of them by myself. Like, this is rough. It's not easy, especially when the boys were younger, because even though the girls were helpful, they were teens. Right.
Their help is limited. Their focus is limited. I ain't tell you they had these babies. That's how they think. On top of, I'm getting them together, and the girls are coming to me, should I wear this shirt? Should I put these earrings on? And I'm still the last one not dressed or not together, or those things. And so are moments where I have to figure out, what am I going to feed all of them, or cook for them, and every last child wants something different. But the teenagers don't want to cook nothing.
Well,
how that work? But you know what I'm saying?
You did good though. You did
Thank
good.
you. But I get that one. That's real. That's real.
Your partner isn't willing to discuss your relationship or co-parenting with you and gets upset or enraged when you bring up wanting to improve them. Wanting to improve, them, the partner. So the partner doesn't want to discuss your relationship or co-parenting, and then they get upset when you want to bring it up and talk about it.
So something you've told me, now it's not about co-parenting, it's not about parenting, this is more about just the marriage. It might be TMI. But something something you said is, when I tell you things that I don't like or things that I want to bring to you, he said what you appreciate is I try.
Yeah.
And that's all I was gonna say.
Yeah, very good.
And,
it's true.
So in that,
go.
you feel like, I think for people who are going through situations like that, you have to try.
Mm-hmm. You all want us to pause?
You have to try.
Yeah, just start from the end.
Okay, so in that.
Okay.
Ready? Okay.
I thought it was all the lights. I don't think
It was just this one.
Yeah, it was that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I need to cut to you
Mm-hmm.
and then go back to her.
Okay.
Okay? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go to you. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Wait. Sorry.
Ooh.
Sorry. And you did very well with that.
Thank you. And I appreciate that. And I think in relationships, and you guys can take this, that, you may not, it may be uncomfortable. It may not be something you want to address because of how it makes you feel. But for your spouse, you have to die to self. And you have to at least try. It might not land, but at least you can say, I tried.
Well,
for the sake of my marriage.
Absolutely. I think that we talked about, from a bio perspective, we talked about what does a biological parent have to, when you asked me the question a couple episodes ago about, as a biological parent, when you're dating, what are some of the things that you look for? And I remember the first thing I said was that you have to be observant. You have to look to see if the person that you are considering being with has the ability to be open. Are they selfish or are they selfless? And so for me, it was that with you. I could see that there were times, I also remember saying that when you make your list of things that you're looking for or that you feel like you need for you and for your children to be happy, you also have to recognize when some of those things may not be 100 yet, but the potential of them is there. With that, of course, we're human. There were things that you would do that would frustrate the life out of me, And
Same. I'm just
still. But one of the things that I was able to see early on was that when you and I would do things that irked each other, that aggravated each other, that upset each other, that we didn't like, we might have a heated exchange. We might talk about it. We might get into it about it. But one of the things I was able to see was that after that, you would try to do better. You would try. And I, in exchange, would do the same. In the past, I didn't have that. It was a take me as I am, and that is what it is, take it or leave it.
But, I think I've said this too in the first season. I think part of that is because we're friends.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's at some point, and to me, this is in every relationship. You all may or may not agree, but I think at some point in your relationship, you have to come out of the I'm your husband, I'm your wife, to okay, I gotta talk to you as my homegirl or my homeboy, like for real talk, because sometimes you hear things differently, you receive them differently, and I think, tell me if you agree. I think part of that is why it's I'm not gonna say easy, but we can't stay mad at each other long because y'all sometimes we try to walk around the house and not talk to each other, and then it gets to a point one of us start laughing because the other one.
Guess who starts laughing? Just take a wild guess.
Because we tried so hard.
Who starts laughing?
Because we tried so hard to ignore each other, and was like, you so stupid. It's not even working.
No,
Like-
because this one doesn't. She cannot not talk. So.
You're my bestie.
Oh my God. Let's keep going, please.
Go ahead.
Yo, we're still talking about communication that has broken down. Your partner doesn't consult with their kids, other parent, when making significant decisions.
Yeah.
So that's, I guess that could be either way. The
Yeah.
bio parent doesn't communicate with the other bio parent when it comes to making decisions, or even if it's the bonus parent doesn't consider the, some of the things. And we talked about when the ex controls the house, but I think there's also a healthy balance too, to where there should be some level of communication, if possible,
absolutely.
between the bonus and the bio parent, the bio ex, if that makes any sense. Your parent isn't making an effort with your children and refuses or avoids speaking about it. Your partner isn't making an effort with your children and refuses or avoids speaking about it. That's self-explanatory.
I see it.
How are you going to have a blended dynamic
And you don't interact
and the
with
partner
the kids.
doesn't want to interact with kids? The kids is what makes it blended.
Actually, I'm going to be honest with you. If you want to know something that gets under my skin, that does. I think, excuse me to the viewers and the listeners, I think that's stupid. I really do. Why are you in this? For real. That's not cool. Like, at all.
But the children are what make
the blend.
blended dynamic.
That's what I'm saying. How you expose
the partner is not talking to the children. So that is another reason why, or what could potentially have led to so many blended relationships failing. And there are two more, but before we get to those two, we have some amazing sponsors.
Yes, we do.
And we want to thank all of you. Thank you for continuing to just be there for us and support us and continue to just help us to get these conversations out to everyone. We pride ourselves with the My Dope Blend podcast. I'm just a co-host. She's the host. She does an amazing job with hosting and coming up with great topics of conversation. We don't just see ourselves as being, we don't see ourselves as being experts, but we do see ourselves as being people who have lived it and done the work. And if we try to offer anything, it's just fundamental tools that help to lead to successful relationships.
Absolutely.
Whether that's blended, whether that's marriage, whether that's parenting, whether that's co-parenting, whether that's people who have been divorced and trying to get back out there in the field. We try to offer fundamental tools, fundamentals that can lead to successful relationships.
And we have fun while doing it.
And we have fun while we give fundamentals.
And we look good too.
What we put the fun in fundamentals. So thank you to all of our amazing sponsors. Thank you to all of you who continue to listen and watch and tune in. Thank you for all of you who continue to subscribe, like, that comment, that share, that get the word out. And those of you who are a part of the Bonus Club community, we appreciate you. If you're not a part of the Bonus Club, visit www.mydopeblend.com, click Let's Blend, and you can join the Bonus Club so that we can all stay in the community.
Babe, that was so good.
Did I do all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good job.
You're
doing this good.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do it more often. I'm just gonna do it just when you ask me to.
All right, go ahead.
And look at number 5.
What is it?
Don't do that. I like this table. The number 5, which is not the case here, but reasons why blended couples might call it quits.
Okay.
Number 5, you lack support from your partner.
That word is very big because in meeting you, in the beginning of our relationship, the one thing you expressed to me is the lack of support, not having that. And that was so important to you, and you couldn't be in something without that.
Correct.
And I don't know. I've heard my girlfriends who are dating and some that are in relationships say I have a lack of support in my situation, and I'm like, support to me is given so freely when you love someone. Like I really do listen and try to understand how it's so easy for me to support you, because when you thrive, I thrive.
Yeah.
When you hurt, I hurt. My goal is to always want you to be happy. You know, I know that won't always be the case, but I'll support you because I support the God in you. Knowing, that you're doing or taking the necessary steps for the betterment of us and our family. Like, so it's easy. But I guess when I hear people say that, and I know what was modeled for me in my house, in my home, my mom was so supportive of my dad,
Sure.
And vice versa. My mom went back to school when I was 10, and my dad worked 2 jobs, and but he supported her even in that, through that. Do what you got to do. I know, you got Leslie, you got Erica, but I got you. And he, picked up the slack where he could. With me, I was involved in a lot of extracurricular activities, and he stepped up, for my mother. You're around them all the time, even now after 40 plus years. They support each other to the fullest. So I don't know if it's something that stems from how you're raised to it. Are you just selfish, or you don't know how to support? Or if you support, you think that person will leave you behind? Is it a level of immaturity or level of insecurity? What is it? I don't know.
I think that it's just and this is not every situation, but I think that a lot of times what tends to happen is that people, I'm trying to figure out how to say it, that's all. People oftentimes, versus them hearing you tell them what you need, they come up with what they need. What they come up in their mind with what they think that you need. So, in other words, what I mean by that is sometimes support is relative in the mind of the person that is supposed to be supported. Like, let me give an example.
Okay.
I was a recording artist, had a music career.
You still are.
Still, but I'm just saying, especially when the girls were young, that was my primary area of focus, was music recording, right? And what I'm about to say is not an indictment, it was just our reality. What I needed as support was someone who would be okay with me being out fulfilling my dream, be okay with me going out to do shows and services and churches and all these kind of things, because to me, if I get out there and work, it's only going to benefit us because that work is going to bring some level of financial gain, right? But it wasn't always, I didn't always get that. It was big, and I think that a great deal of it was because the desire was more so for me to be home than it was for me to be out.
Yeah.
Okay, so me being the type of person that I am, especially then in my life, I want to make you happy. So what do? I kind of try to slow down on the dream stuff, the engagement stuff, so that I can make you happy by being home, right? Again, it's not an indictment. I'm trying to give context.
Yeah, no,
right?
I hear you.
Okay, so, but also in me trying to have a music career, it required certain level of finance from the house.
Correct.
Sometimes part of my check went to pressing up CDs. Part of it went to paying for marketing and promotion and stuff like that, right? Now, still for me, I need a person that's going to be there, that's going to be at the show, that's going to be while I'm singing, you at the table and you selling the CDs and you know, doing this. But it's, you don't need me there. You good. You know, just hurry up and get back home. Okay? But, you know, I recognize that some of the money that we brought in this month is going to the CD. All right. I said all that to say, I went the long route. I said all that to say that to them, they were supportive because they allowed some of the money from the house to go toward that. That wasn't the support that I needed. Mm-hmm. To them, they were being supportive, but it wasn't the support that I needed. And when I explained this, hey, this is the support. This is the way I need you to show support.
It wasn't ready.
Because over here is, but I am supporting you because I'm just, when you get to, and after a while is okay, you're not hearing it. Mm-hmm. You're not getting it. I think that happens more often than not.
It does.
It's not selfish all the time.
Yeah, it's just their way of.
Exactly.
But that goes back to communication.
Right.
Because I'm communicating to you what I need, and you're not.
Excuse me. Right, you gotta hear me.
You got to hear me. You let it land in here and resonate, and think about it. Let it sit with you for a second.
Right.
This is what I need from you in order to be effective as an individual and as your husband or your wife or whatever, you know.
Right.
This is what I need. Yeah, I mean, I get that, you know. And it's always not easy, you know. You are an artist. You travel, you do the things. I travel as well, and with you and things like that. Sure. You know, one of the hardest moments for me, and we laugh and joke about it, was after I had Carter.
Yes.
Was it even a full week?
Right.
You know,
no, I was gone.
Yeah.
Listen.
You see how fast he said
I was gone. She had Carter, and a week later, I was in Grand Rapids. I was performing for opera, a hip hop opera, and it was amazing. Hallelujah! And I got that guap. I came home with that check.
He was not gone for like 2 days. He was gone for
a week. But you were good.
I was good.
You were great hands.
We was covered.
I came back. What?
Yeah, and he went right into. He put that check down. Good job, and he went directly into daddy
father mode, and husband mode, and daddy mode. So sometimes the question could be asked, what is support? Mm-hmm. Right? I think that the best way to answer that is support is listening to what your partner says to you that they need, and actually hearing it and listening and being that. And guess what? If it's something that you're not able to offer, then that's when you got to start having honest conversations. Mm-hmm. I hear you. I get that that's what you're asking of me and that's what you need of me. But in this season of my life, in this point of my life, in this place of my life, because I got this going on, because I'm doing this personally, because I got this, I'm not able to support you the way that you need me to support you. That's when you need to start having bigger conversations.
Yeah.
But when you ask the question, what is support? The only person that can answer that is the person that needs the support.
Wow.
If the two of you have that conversation, and both of you answer it, and the other person actually listens, and then y'all actually put those things into effect, you'll have a strong, supportive relationship.
Yeah. So for the viewers, I think this was great. I wish we could just put it in the comments or whatever, just write, all of the points. Because in that, I would say, take a look at that and see if you identify with any of those things.
But wait, there's one more.
Oh, there's one more.
Just
Sorry.
one more.
There's one more.
Number 6.
Okay.
You're experiencing major co-parenting issues.
That can definitely.
Yes.
Yes, Lord.
So let's see. As co-parents, it's important too. So they actually give tools that you can do to help with this particular area. Create a plan.
Yes.
For what you both want co-parenting to look like. Give each other common scenarios with your children and discuss how your co-parent will handle said situation.
Yep.
Check in with each other often to ensure you both are pleased with how co-parenting is going. Both be open to feedback from each other without being defensive. Don't get defensive. My friend Wendy Jackson said all the time, don't get defensive. Okay? Be willing to seek outside help if co-parenting issues become too overwhelming. So, your partner exhibits signs of jealousy. 2, there are signs of abuse. 3, you aren't working as a team. 4, communication has broken down. 5, you lack support from your partner. 6, you're experiencing major co-parenting issues. Those are 6 signs, as they say, to call it quits. I'd rather say that these are 6 signs that more than likely lead to a lot of failed blended families.
So take heed to that. Definitely take heed to that. And I think there's a way that we can put those out there. And I would love for you all to take the time. And if you identify with more than one of them, really sit with that. Sit with that. And, you got some discussions, some internal revelations to think about, and really take retrospect into that. And then, of course, with your spouse, and figure this thing out. Is it worth it? Is it not? Are we over it?
Yeah.
Is this really not what we need for each other or for these children?
Sure.
So
I think on behalf of blended families that feel like they're at the point of calling it quits, we should eat a red Skittle, which means that you have reached
the point almost of no return.
Of seeing red.
Oh,
we're gonna eat this red Skittle.
Remember the movie Seeing Red? The boys love that movie.
Okay, we're gonna eat the red Skittle together. Now take it and eat all of it. Okay, and hopefully you can hear these 6 steps. As Leslie said, perhaps you might see yourself somewhere in there, and hopefully before you reach the point of no return, you can seek outside help. You can have these conversations with each other to see if this is something that could be worked out, something that can be fixed.
And with that being said, keep blending, guys, and we love you. Work through
blending.
it. You got
Join
this.
the Bonus Club. We'll see you. Like, subscribe, and comment. We'll see you. Keep blending.
Love
See you
y'all.
soon.